here's another thing that I want to highlight, which I love. I love this, especially for front ends. Turn your offer into a package. It's a cryptocurrency package. All right. I like stuff like that because it's no different than what you always get. You get a report, some videos, some bonuses, but you put them together. You say you get this and this. It's a package. Okay. So it's a cryptocurrency package free of charge. And another note, cryptocurrency package is sort of like owning a pizza shop called Pizza Shop. Like there's no special name for this package, right? Like it's just saying what it is. It's a cryptocurrency package. All right. So you'll get the book Cryptocurrencies 101, and you'll get six video series masterclass, right? So you get the book or report, which is basically what it's a stand-in for, and then you get videos. I could probably charge hundreds of dollars, but I'm gonna give it to you free. I'll explain in just a moment, so we know we're still in bribe world, right? First, let me show you how this cryptocurrency script works. Super early. Manny says, the big lesson from Aaron, he used to rag on me, was that when the market is fresh, you can be direct AF. Direct Agora Financial. Yeah, I get what you're saying. Like when there's like, we did it with SPAC. We had a promo, was just like, what is SPAC? Like it was a new thing and people were probably just genuinely interested and it did well. But it was a fad. It went away quick as it came. All right, first, let me show you how this cryptocurrency script works. So I think this is an important note too. He says, let me show you how this crypto script works, right? I'm going to put a note here. Everybody wants to know, how does it work? I think this is something, all right, everybody wants to know, how does it work? You tell them you will explain, but then tell them, how is it possible? That's the thing. Like this literally says, let me tell you how this works. When we did the breakdown for V3, Money Map V3 was when I discovered the 4 questions. And I just remember reading V3 and I was like, he keeps like legitimately, Mike Ward asked after every time Tom Gentile took a breath, how does it work? He just asked, he asked from like page 1, like, I got this thing, it'll show you how to make a bunch of money. And Mike says, wow, that's really neat. Can you show us how it works? He's like, yeah, man, I got this team of astrophysicists that built it. We've been working on it for 8 years. Look at, let me got the, oh my God, I got this scroll of paper. Woof, it goes for 5-6 miles. He's like, look, this is how many winners we got in a row. And Mike goes, wow, that's really interesting. So how does it work?
That promo is honestly what it's like talking to a guru. That promo is really just talking to a guru. He tells you everything but the thing.
Yep.
It'll take you 10 hours. No, that was me. It'll take you 10 hours to finally get the answer. But yeah, that's what that promo is.
Everyone wants to know, how does it work? This is what everyone wants. We're not going to give it to them though. And it was V3 because it was so blatant. Because I was doing this is when I was doing these sort of bulleted outlines in a legal pad. And so I would write down the objections. And I noticed I kept writing down Mike Ward's objection or question. It's a word you would call it. You call it objection, call it a question as the host or the interviewer. And it was always the same one. And I was like, Jesus Christ, he keeps just asking the same exact question. And it just clicked for me. It's like, that's because everyone wants to know, how does it work? Like, that's what everybody wants to know. Like, prove it. Show me it's real. Show me it working. And then maybe even then I could steal it. And if I knew that secret, then I could have that advantage and I could go out and replicate your success. So I underlined this and I wrote the words, how does it work? But that's not what we're going to talk about. I think that's the thing that I really wanted to stress, because I wrote it down here. How is this possible, in all caps? Because I want you to understand that this is the question we present to the reader. This is the explanation we'll present to the reader. All right. You have to grasp this. This is like a super important thing to like understand as a copywriter. This is like the crux of like the structure of a sales letter. I mean, we've talked about this, the beats of the sales letter and all that stuff, and I've used these labels, and I'm still getting more and more clarity on this. The more promos that we do as a team, as an agency right now, like this is how I'm telling my guys to set up every single promo. Like we need to do context. We need some sort of context to build the world, to world building. Now, why do we world build? Because that explains how it's possible. Because we've seen through the past, Voz has a term for this. He says past explains, all right? We've seen through the past how this thing that I promised you is imminently possible because it just fits the pattern. And the pattern is a selection of our choosing. We create the criteria and we create the criteria for success around what's happening today. And then we go back in time and see what matches up and say, this proves it. The past proves it. So watch. Getting rich from cryptocurrencies could be as easy as 1, 2, 3. The boom in cryptos is following the same script as played out over and over. So this is how he explains it. Like he's got stage 1, early enthusiasts. Stage 2 is institutions. Stage 3 is the public. Okay. So enthusiasts, institution, public. If you know this roadmap, all right, now look at this. Now it's getting more clear that we're talking about a force of nature. If you know how to use this roadmap, if you can tap into a force of nature, that's what copy is. You're tapping into a force of nature. And so we're obviously talking about a Navaldo promo. One of the things that, the lingo that he uses in his One Belief in his book is like, this opportunity is the key is are only available through my mechanism. And that language, for whatever reason, it does make sense almost like in retrospect to me. Like it makes sense once you've done all the work, but I don't feel like that language helps me build my argument. I feel like that's the byproduct of a well-built argument is that line. I know that line after I've done all the work. I feel like the idea of tap into force of nature allows my brain to sort of put it together. This feels like an easier way to understand it is like, I need a way to tap into something. So what am I tapping into? How am I tapping into it? Answer those two questions. What am I tapping into? What exists out there? So we can use some of those examples like P90X is tapping into muscle confusion, right? So if I had muscle confusion, I wouldn't plateau. Well, how do I tap into muscle confusion? Well, we have a workout system that does it for you. Okay. So the words tap into, I feel like was a big breakthrough for me because the way that like the mechanism works, it solves this problem. It reverses the problem of the opportunity and like all that was too much for my brain to handle. I think the easiest way to approach a promo is you got just two core pieces. There's something out there that gives you exactly what you want, but you just don't know how to exploit it yet. You don't know how to tap into it. And this is, for me, I just feel like this is probably like, it's one of those things like the most important breakthroughs are like the simplest, like the most profound things are the most basic. And I think this right here, if you use this as your formula, how to use this roadmap, how to tap into this force of nature, you can make an absolute fortune. Like this is it, right? This is the whole promo. If you knew, I moved the screen. If you knew how to tap into this force of nature, you could achieve result. What's up, Copy Squad? Want to know a pet peeve of mine? When people say you should write your copy conversationally, that's such incomplete advice. You need to know what to write conversationally about. Otherwise, you might as well be writing conversationally about the weather. And the truth is, it's actually really simple to do this right. There are 4 easy and proven emotional triggers that when you write your copy using these 4 triggers, people want to buy anything you're selling. And this is really all you need to know to write copy that converts, copy that crushes your wildest sales goals, and copy that attracts and keeps clients lined up around the block. I put all the details about these 4 triggers in a free and straightforward report called The 4 Emotional Triggers. It's at copysquad.net/4 triggers with the number 4. Inside, you'll learn the 4 emotional triggers you need to sell anything, along with explanations and specific examples for how to execute these triggers in your copy. So if you want that totally free report, just visit www.copysquad.net/4 triggers using the number 4. Thanks so much for tuning in and peace out, Copy Squad.